going to do a different type of video than I normally do that I actually plan on doing a lot more in the future. I love doing the educational type content, but as a one-man band it can get pretty tough between all the editing and the script writing and just gathering all the content by myself. It's pretty time consuming, and with me having a job I can't really keep up with that too well. So in order for me to provide you more content, I'm going to need something to fill the gaps. I'm thinking of doing like more recap, storytelling, analysis type things on bigger events that happens. With the offline coming back, I think it would be really enjoyable to go through that. So today we're going to look at Kazuya, who got announced yesterday as the second to last DLC in Fighter Pass 2. Normally I don't even like looking at character trailers that much and putting that much value into it. It's like, oh, so many things can change, and usually there's not a lot of information in the videos. It's like, oh, this character's hype. But there was actually a lot of things shown. He had like 50 moves or something like that. I'm obviously exaggerating, but he had a ton of different moves, and there was a lot shown in this trailer. So I'm definitely I'm down to look through a little bit of what he has to offer so far, and just some things that I noticed that may be pretty good about the character. But before we get into that, I do want to give a very big thank you all for all the support, especially the people that's been there from the beginning, for my 2 years of randomly releasing videos. I know I can be very sporadic with me having a job, but hopefully I can continue to provide content in between my job. So thank you all so much again for the support. I really appreciate it. And please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell to get notifications for whenever I release videos. But the timestamps are below, and let's get into it. Oh, and one more thing I did want to mention, because this is a Tekken release character, it is necessary, I mean mandatory, to have some Flames Tekken music come in. So I decided for this video I was actually going to put some Tekken music in the background. For recaps moving forward, I don't know if I'm going to have background music. We'll play it out, see how you guys feel about it, but just wanted to point that out for now. Alright, so before we get into it, I do want to mention it's like empty space down here. Normally that's going to be like probably where I do, I'm not too sure yet, I'm still really thinking about how I want to do it, how it's going to look, but let's say I'm reviewing like a tournament or something and it's like winners quarters, I'll put like winners quarters and 2 players names. Maybe like if they have like a Twitch or Twitter, I'll put that, probably the player's name, and then the stock icon, so you can see like outside of the video just how many stocks like a player has. May even do a timer, not too sure. Moving forward, maybe at some point there's sponsors I need to put in the video, I can put that in that area too. But if you're wondering why there's just like a giant blank space there, that's why. It is all right. Alright, so funny story, right? I always miss the trailers. Like, for some reason, I'm not here for reveals. And honestly, I'm not a huge reveal person. Like, I'm not gonna be, yo, that's not me. So I wake up, I'm like, yo, hopefully I can catch see who the character is. It's 12:03 Eastern. I look, see Hungrybox streaming. I'm like, oh, maybe they didn't stream in the direct. Maybe they didn't reveal him yet. Click that joint and and I was like, oh, alright, never mind. They're doing it right now. So obviously off the back you can see he has some pretty good micro spacing. He may have some of the best micro spacing in the game. It looks like he has a pretty good dash grab and grab, and here we go. Let's get the first stop right here. What was that? Huh? Hold on. What? Was that a trip? Did we just trip them? You know who got a trip? Diddy Kong. You know who has a trip when they hitting you up close? They go boop boop boop. Rob. Oh no, we're naming good characters. Okay, so off the bat we see that he has something that a lot of good characters has. He just has a trip on command. Now there is some things about it we don't know if it trips at all percents. Someone mentioned before that they think that counter hits may be in the game. We don't know if it trips on counter hit. But he does have a trip, so that's good. That's good. That's a good thing to look forward to if you're going to be playing this character. He has a trip. And that move actually seems to put you on the ground. Looks like you have the option to just stand straight up or roll. Not sure if you can do get up attack, but it does look like it's a move that just puts you on the ground. Could be wrong here. And that could just be the entire animation, which means it is one of the laggiest moves I've ever seen in any game ever. But I think it just puts you on the ground. Alright, we got an invincible dash. Invincible dash. You know who else has an invincible dash? Inkling. Inkling has invincible dashes. Whew. Alright. Okay. This is looking pretty brutal. Looking pretty brutal now. Got some good mechanics in the game overall. And when I'm doing these, I'm generally not looking for like, this is his up tilt. This is probably his down tilt. Like that doesn't appeal to me. I'm looking at the mechanics that the character has to offer. Maybe if we could see like him canceling on shield and the other moves, which I don't think we see in this trailer at any point. I'm looking at hitboxes, things like that. I'm also looking at frame data, but I'm not gonna be sitting here counting frames. Like nobody's gonna be watching. I think this comes out on frame 7. Like that's not what we're here for. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Boom! And we got a crumple. So we're just back to back, just showing some crazy mechanics. Like we have a crumple, which means we get guaranteed follow-ups pretty much on whatever we want. We have a trip, which normally leads to guaranteed follow-ups. We have an invincible dash, which makes getting close to your opponent a lot easier. So we're looking good. We're looking good. And of course, he's a fighting game character, so he's gonna have crazy buttons up close, just like the other fighting game characters in the game. So definitely something to look forward to if you're going to be maining this character. But let's keep going. Ooh, 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 ooh! And 10-hit combo. So at this point, we see him just, and this is what I love about this character, right? He shows up, no invitation, and just start throwing people off a cliff. No, Min, ah! But as he's throwing them off, he seems to be getting stronger. And that's something that we haven't seen before. And actually, I do want to mention this. It does have a projectile, which is really good. I think we also just saw the crumple again. He may be the first character in Smash history that has a snowball mechanic. Normally, we have comeback mechanics, Lucario's Aura. We have Sephiroth's One Wing, Joker's Arsene, Terry's Go. Well, I guess Steve kind of has a snowball mechanic in Diamond. But he seems to be stronger, get stronger as maybe he's doing damage, maybe as he lands KOs, that it makes this form comes out. I will be saying Devil Gen a lot through this because I'm just used to saying that instead of Devil Kazuya because I watch Tekken 7 very often. But anyway. Boom. Jump height was looking good. Also looked like he had some good air drift on that jump. So definitely something you could look forward to. Maybe when you're in this mode you get better stats, which would be really frustrating. But it doesn't look like he's always in this mode. Like moves make him turn into this mode, which is pretty interesting. So maybe he's normal all the time, but all his moves are buffed. I'm not really sure how that's gonna work out, but boom! Ooh! You can just tell some of this stuff hurts. But here you see he has the move, and then he gets hit, and an animation happens, and it looks like he gains rage. Now it's not necessarily that he's lost the form, and it still could be a comeback mechanic, but based on like the trailer of him getting more powerful as he's throwing people off, I think he gets stronger as he does it. Now it's not clear that he's losing the form here, but it is clear that he's gaining rage, which means of course he has a comeback mechanic. Woo! Favorite part of DLC, they always have comeback mechanics, despite me maining DLC all the time. So he has rage. which is true to Tekken, so of course they were going to add it in. And you can see here he has a normal run. He actually looked pretty fast there too. Ooh, and this looks to be like his Rage Art or Rage Drive. I always get them confused. And that could be a Final Smash, but maybe, you know what? I just thought about it. Maybe, before I was like, that can't be his Final Smash because he doesn't, it doesn't like he has like the rainbow aura around him when he's doing it. Normally you have like that Final Smash aura, right? But maybe it's just a special effect of him. They do that where they give characters like their own little thing, so that'd be pretty cool. And they normally don't go throughout a trailer without showing a Final Smash, so I'm pretty sure this is his Final Smash. If not, then I mean whatever. He could have a Rage Art and a Rage Drive. Could be a Final Smash, who knows. Windscreen is sick. That's just one of them. And that's that. So for the second part of this, I'm probably going to slow it down to 0.25 speed just because, oh no, Kirby. But it's light outside, so you should know he's going to get back. And that's what's crazy about Kirby. Kirby's so OP, he always, like, lives. Lived World of Light, living this, like, everybody else is getting smoked. Pit got wings and Pit got smoked. Yeah, but I'm probably going to put this in 0.25 for the second half of this. Just to get a closer look at the moves that they're doing. Because I realized that like when you're playing fighting games, when you're playing them, it actually doesn't seem that fast. Or at least to me, they don't really seem that fast. But then you remember that this stuff is happening like in frames, which is 1/60th of a second. Again, I'm not counting frames, so it's just to see like how his moves look. That looks like it could be a pretty good anti-air move. That's a forward hitting aerial that seems to linger pretty long. Pretty good hitbox. That pushes you really far, so maybe like on some characters that doesn't have good out of shield options behind them, you may be able to cross up shield with that. It's a normal grab. Nothing too special here. Ooh! Might be another good anti-air. For this, I'm actually curious if it's always gonna make you, like if it has a set knockback and you always have to tech or something like that. Someone mentioned like having a block high and low. That would be really annoying. I hope they don't do that. It just wouldn't make sense. That looks like it could lead to like a juggle, like some crazy like ooh, like just start, you know, Tekken's a huge juggling game, so that joint would be crazy if you're just getting smoked. And it was really fast. That kick looked mad powerful. Like it does like 17% or something. Something crazy. Nice little combination. Looks like you have to input crouch dash before you do that. And one thing with the characters like this, they'll have something. Like, he has too many moves to not have something crazy. Like, with all these different mechanics and stuff, we'll figure something out. That looks like a command grab. Because his hands were glowing. For all the other grabs, his hands weren't glowing. But that, his hands were glowing. So I think it's a command grab. And what is this? Huh? Huh? Ooh. So one thing about stun moves, let's use Zero Suit's down smash for example. They sometimes scale with, or I think always, I'm not sure on that one, don't quote me, sometimes or always, one of the two, scale with the amount of percent you have. I feel like her neutral B actually doesn't scale, it's just set knockback depending on how hard you charge, or set stun time depending on how long you charge. Anyway, but I know her down smash does scale based on percent in this game. So I'm curious if that's gonna happen with this, or if we're just gonna launch these off at 0% and just get crazy. Like things are you're just gonna get hit and just start getting smoked by getting stunned to 0. In between like the stun and the crumple, we're probably gonna figure out some crazy things. Like we're probably hitting the crumple into the stun, into the like the twin pistons that move that like juggled you mad high, into the freaking 10-hit combo. Like we're probably getting crazy. And I'm really hyped for this character. Like I really hope that this character is good, because I love Tekken. I love watching Tekken. I grew up on Tekken, and it is so cool to see him included in Smash. So hopefully he goes crazy. Like I hope he is like a very sick character. Playing against him, well, I mean, I don't really mind playing against any character. That's a whole nother topic. But I really hope that he is good. So I hope he's not like insanely broken. Like we might have to ban him, but I do hope he's good. Okay, so interesting note here. I did look at this a few times before I decided to make a video about it, because I was like, is there really that much information in here? And I think there's a decent amount. Note that the Kazuya that initiated the crouch jab is already standing back up, and it looks like the other one is still reeling to get back in his neutral animation, which probably means that that move is plus on hit. The reason I'm noting that is because, again, we don't know if you can like cancel his moves or anything like the other fighting game characters, but if you have a decent range poke that you can do, just boom, throw out a crouch jab, that's probably going to be safe on shield, I would assume. I feel like they do a really good job of making the fighting game characters kind of hit home, so it wouldn't make sense for a jab not to be safe. That'd be really good, because then after you land that, and we don't know again the percent, so this could be at 0%, it could be at 500%, but there's a possibility at some point that it'll be plus, and after you land that, they gotta eat your mix. And that's what we're about, right? When you're playing fighting game characters, you're trying to mix people. You're not trying to play Smash, you are trying to mix people in Smash, right? Or I mean, if you play fighting games, you know they're just gonna mash anyway, even though they know you're plus. But anyway, let's keep it going. It's an interesting note, something that I saw. Ooh. Dude, I'm gonna be so hyped watching this character. Another good anti-air, looks pretty committal. Don't know if you can drift back or forward with it, but it does look pretty good. There's that dang trip again. Get that out of here. There's your invincible dash. I wonder what that blue spark is on his foot. Maybe that's when you can do like the uppercut. That move looks cool. I think that was out of his grab, if I recall correctly. Nothing too crazy going on right now. That freaking crumple. Oh my god. If you can do the crumple into the trip into the tech chase. Really good forward hitting hitbox on the ground. Ooh, and I love what they did with the camera angles too. That's really sick on some of the throws. And earlier in this trailer, you saw them do it from the ground, and again you see him laying down. Don't know if it's him having to roll or get up or not, but it kind of feels like it. It would also make sense because I'm pretty sure in Tekken, if you do something like this, you have to like roll or get up, or like figure out a way to get up, right? We saw him do it from the ground earlier in the trailer, but here he does it from the air, and there's like a slight delay. So why that's good is because if you notice someone, like say you did that forward hitting kick from the air that we saw earlier in the moveset, you do that, people start parrying it, and then you start going for tomahawks, but they're onto that and they start hitting that. You have a third mix up in the form of, well, you're gonna try to parry this button that I do, but then I flip and then I still hit you. So that's really good timing mix up for you, that you may have. All right, let's keep going. And then, oh, micro spacing again. I think this character's micro spacing is gonna be crazy. Oh, dude, I'm so hyped, bro. I can't wait to watch this character. I'll never play him. It's not a character for me, but I can't wait. Oh, we got a spike. That's good news. It's gonna be really good at the ledge too. When people like want to jump from the ledge, you can cover it with down air, kind of like Terry and Ryu and Ken do. Oh, and then we have the 10-hit combo from earlier. Kind of curious. I know some people have been saying that they think it's gonna be like, A for punch, B for kick, which I agree with. I was thinking that too. I was like, well, how does this make sense? And I remember I play Min Min, and she has one arm is B and one arm is A. So it's probably going to be something like that for Kazuya, and that'd be really sick to have one button kick, one button punch. Tekken historically is notoriously difficult, like really hard. It's very technical, very input heavy game. So, but Smash is like known to be very not input heavy. Like you don't have to press 8 million things to get one move. You just press A or up in A or up in B, and you get these crazy effects. So I'm curious to see how they're gonna simplify that, or find like a balance between the difficulty in Tekken and the simplicity of Smash. Is there anything after this? I don't really think so. I think that's pretty much it. Alright, so final thoughts after seeing this. He has a lot of good things going for him so far. We don't know if he can cancel his buttons on shield like the other fighting game characters can. But we do know he has a trip, he has a crumple, he has a stun move, he has really long combos, he has some decent hitboxes, his frames look to be okay. It didn't go too in depth with analyzing them. He has an invincible dash. He has a comeback mechanic. He might have a snowball mechanic, or he may just have 2 comeback mechanics, which are all really good signs for characters like this. And this is a DLC character, so this is a DLC character because it's Fighter Pass 2. And I don't know if you've noticed, but every character that's come out in Fighter Pass 2 has been ridiculously good. And we had a fighting game character come out in Fighter Pass 1, and now it looks like they're just expanding on that by putting another DLC fighting game character. So I'm really excited to see the presentation on the 28th of June and see what else he has to offer. Maybe that'll give us a little more information about him. But that's going to wrap this up. Again, really appreciate everyone's support so far. And till next time.